What's up, guys? Hair out the face. What's up, guys? It's MC Manders here. Welcome back to another episode of Monday Night Gaming. Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Monday Night Gaming. Where today we are playing a different game. Oh wow, you can actually see fraps in that. Oh, that's amazing. Where we're playing a new game. Today we are playing Stanley Parable. Now, I would have played this earlier if it wasn't for my money, because I'm basically broke. In the Steam Summer Sale, I got this along with two other games which I may be playing, maybe with some friends or not. But without further ado and without wasting any more time, let's begin. So, in this episode, we're just going to be recording the best bits, so enjoy.
This is the story of a man
Except for
named
this bit.
Stanley.
This is the narrative. Oh, goodish.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
What a boring
This is
job.
what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Oh, had he?
Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
My God.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So guys, this is the Stanley Parable, and if you haven't seen this game around already, it's basically built off the Half-Life engine, so it has all the same. Shut the door.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle
Oh,
the
God.
pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility?
My God, what have we
He had
done?
never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will
sit in
hurt
a corner.
me. Nothing will break me. In here
Oh,
I can be
God.
happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would
He'd
come.
die.
Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end.
No.
He will be
No, it
spoken
won't
to.
end.
He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
Is it?
Here it comes.
Well, that was eventful. So that was the first part, and I failed. So, here we go again. We're out of the office.
All of his co-workers were
Oh
gone.
my God.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Damn it, I can't restart the computer. Oh, I could have played some Minecraft or something. Damn! Okay. Everybody's wasting electricity. I better turn... Awaiting input. Input received. Is this like an Easter egg? I wonder. Well, maybe I'll look into that. I don't know. Can't go in that room. What's in that room? Apparently nothing. I'm gonna look around the map for Easter eggs because, you know, there's meant to be hundreds of thousands of Easter eggs within. I thought that was a Portal reference. The spilled coffee! No! They spilled the coffee and the cup of tea. Okay, now where? That's locked. Locked. Locked.
When Stanley came to a
My
set
God.
of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But which one is my... We'll go semi with the story. We won't go all the way. Ooh, door. Damn it, locked. You would find it weird that when your employees leave, just every door happens to be locked.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
God.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Termination Tuesdays. Wait, what's the date today? I believe that's a reference. I don't know what to. Weekly reviews. Pranking floors mates. Is it a Friday? I bet it's a Friday. I bet this is what's happening. I bet it's a bloody Friday. They're just pranking me. What's in here? Closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I wanna. Oh, I can't do screw all. Can't do screw all.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't like it down here. It's scary.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his
Oh,
boss,
God.
admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for
this
that.
bit.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
It does now.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
My God!
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Where are my feet?
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all
Spill
too
coffee.
strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Yes, it makes so much sense.
This is all a dream.
Next,
What a
I'll
relief
sprout
Stanley
pubic
felt
hairs
to
and
have
become a
finally
bush.
Found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up
Yes.
soon. I'll have to go back to my boring
1, 2,
real-life
3,
job pushing
4.
buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above
Yeah!
the ground.
Yeah!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield,
Woo!
and it too
Woo!
appeared. It was so
Woo!
much
This is-
fun,
this is awesome.
and Stanley marveled
Woo!
that he had still not woken up. How
Woo!
was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Somebody just
Why
came
is
all over
there a
this floor.
voice
That's
in my
disgusting.
head dictating
This
everything
cum
that
corner.
I'm doing and thinking?
This
Now
is
the
the cum
voice was
corner.
describing
That's
itself
disgusting.
being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my
My
thoughts,
God.
he thought.
Mind
And while he
fucking
thought
you
it
right
all
now.
very odd,
Pardon
and
my
wondered
French.
if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not
Cum
a dream.
corner.
How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving
Yes.
himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have
Cum
to take
corner.
responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his
Yes.
life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain,
corner.
beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not
Car.
see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
Yeah.
How else would the voice explain all that?
It's my car.
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin,
So nice.
the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
So beautiful.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
So
I'm
beautiful.
through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Be beautiful.
My life is normal.
My life.
I am
Oh
normal.
no.
Everything will be fine.
What about Cum Corner?
I am okay.
No, you're not. You're mad. Damn floor!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone
Why is
tell
it
me
all
I'm
going
real.
red?
I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my
Oh,
voice?
God.
Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Boosh. Plot twist! Yeah. And then...
This is the story of a woman named
I'm a woman!
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Oh yes, it was
She
a good
rose,
day.
got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and
He
then
was
collapsed
crazy.
dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
No, you're not.
I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Well, she's a dick.
She had no time for
Oh,
that.
she is
So it
such
was
a
only
dick.
a moment that she stood there, staring down at the
You
body.
should die.
And then she turned and ran.
Yeah. What a bitch. Oh. And then it goes again. Yes. Again, pick out the best bits. Actually, I don't know.
All his
Maybe
co-workers
one.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Wait.
simply missed a memo.
Is that Mario? Somebody's been flunking off their job to play Mario. There's a Mario game in there. That's amazing. I can't jump. I can crouch.
When
No!
Stanley came to a set of
Screw
two
your
open-
left
this
door.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew
Yes.
it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
Yes,
it.
it's a beautiful employee lounge. God,
Yes, truly a room worth
what's a
admiring.
drink?
It had really been worth the detour after
this
all,
pencil sharpener.
just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed
Yeah.
room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Oh, I want to drink some coffee though. Damn it, I can't drink any coffee.
But eager to get back to business,
Yes.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah. This looks like a way more interesting room.
Stanley was so bad at following
yes, I am.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Okay, let's carry on through this. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift 1,000. Oh my god. But this isn't. But it's open. I swear you can survive that. I bet I can survive it. Ready? Survive! Damn
In his
it!
eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do,
Yes.
Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Yes, I did.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Nailed it! Loading. Oh, this bit again. I do see how this could get tedious. Whiteness. Mario, I want to play Mario. Oh, Mario.
When Stanley
Now
came
this time
to
I'm
a
gonna
set
do what
of
it
two
says.
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Keep going. Just keep on rolling, 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 rolling. Why do you rolling, 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 rolling? Don't care,
Yet there was
rolling.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Don't care.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
yes.
office.
Exclusive. Oh, I can't use the exit. I wanted to use the executive brother. It's beautiful. You know, this reminds me of Mr. Burns' office in Simpsons. Like, you know, you walk in, there's two.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
I'm
unraveled,
very shocked.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth
God.
that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin
So
number.
secret.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
But he did.
Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
My
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Has it all been a lie? But the cake. The cake was so real. It can't be. Can't be that the cake was a lie. The cake was a lie the whole time. Not the cake. Have you ever had it where the cake was a lie? You just sat down, you went to eat the cake, and it was really a pie.
Deeper into the building,
Oh God.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Oh.
It was a stirring of emotion in his
is.
chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of
Why are there
his
two
job.
doors?
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I don't like this corridor. It's creepy.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I said we followed the story. So let's follow the story. This is a big ass room.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
My
screens.
God.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes, I do. Actually, no, I'm going back to that. Well, I don't know. I want to.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their
Fired.
true nature revealed. Each bore
Oh,
the
God,
number of an
that's
employee
great.
in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals
does that
reduced to
say?
images on a screen. And
System
Stanley,
crash,
one of
apparently.
them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
That one's had a Windows crash. Maybe somebody wants to check that Mac out. Even though I said Windows crash, it's a Mac. Huh.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under
Fired.
someone's
He's
control
been
all
fired.
this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I mean, it's amazing how only one person has been fired in this entire goddamn facility.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Probably. Wow.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working.
Yeah,
all of
buttons,
it
colourful
monitored and
buttons.
commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human
Listen here.
life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yes. What an epic story of Stanley How many minutes have we been recording? Oh, crap. Oh, that's been 20 minutes, so... This episode... Yeah, going to have to cut down. That's why there's some bits missing. Waiting input. That's what my inputs were!
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
But what happens if I press the off? Does it all end? Does it just end there? Oh, God. Well, YOLO! Alright guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave it, Alright guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like down below, check the links down in the description to check out the Facebook page, the Twitter page, and a few of my other cool, awesome mates who are just awesome. Also, leave a comment below, and if you really like the video, please give it a share. I will see you next time guys. Peace! My headphones fell off.